Well, good evening and welcome to the Highline Racing League Twin Race at the Twin Ring Motegi Motor Speedway. Up first we have the Oval, and then we have the Road Course. You're watching the Highline Racing League Culture Designs Truck Series. I'm here, your producer, Alexander Balderas, as well as commentator. We're going to get started here from the Motegi Oval. As you get ready to show the grid, here's how they qualified. Dylan Poteet on pole next to Tyler J. Snyder. Dylan Wedgwood over Ryan Potter, who makes his series return a couple weeks after his Daytona penalty. Terry Brooks going on another season championship charge next to Connor Holden. Austin Bloom and Derek Fowler in the mix as well. Jacob Hom and Toby Wedgwood qualifies in the top 10. Moving on to the rest of the field, it's Dalton Body, Ty Smith, Andy Siegel, Dylan Body, Scott Puckett, and Adam Bozzi in 16th. Well, we've got a short race here from the Motegi Oval, just 40 laps here at what is a similar track to Gateway. Then after that, we have the Motegi Road Course. It's the Twin Ring race at the Twin Ring track. Here at the Motegi Oval, we're expecting to see some Gateway-style racing, wider track than Gateway, but it's going to prove to have some exciting racing as well. A lot of these guys getting prepped and ready for what is to be a good race from a really not well-known short track. It's unfortunate that it's not, because Motegi brings some great racing action for a lot of these guys to see, and it's not really used on the surface as much as it should be, in my opinion. A lot of these guys are going to similar to some other short tracks out there, and you'd be right. And some of these guys even going with Japanese sponsorship, as well as the guys, especially the man who's on pole, Dylan Poteet. He has the interesting Japanese sponsorship. Now, if I could read Japanese, I'd be able to tell what that said. Unfortunately, I'm not that bilingual. Well, as we get ready to get started here from Motegi Motor Speedway, the pace truck moves down, and we are green for the first race here in Motegi. It's the Motegi Oval. We're green at the Highline Racing League as the Ryan Potter tries to split the middle three wide. Doesn't look like it's going to work. Falls back in behind Tyler J. Snyder. He's loose, sliding around. One thing I'd like to note is that the setup derived is from Kansas that we're racing on tonight. So a lot of these guys are going to have to take some of that Kansas experience from this setup and move it here to Motegi. You know, not a track that is used most often. And right now, a lot of people struggling on that new track. The new track, cautions out, spin in the back, and it's Derek Fowler. He goes around and will bring out the first caution of tonight. Derek Fowler goes around the cause of the caution. Let's get an instant replay and see what happened as he goes around. A lot of these guys having trouble, as you can see there, just slides, gets loose, slides back up the track and collects a 90 as well. So a lot of people struggling with the new track feel of Motegi. And that is unfortunate that we have a caution out this early. Short race, like I mentioned, just 40 laps. 40 laps here from Motegi Motor Speedway, or the Twin Ring Motegi track. Well, it's Dylan Poteet out front still. Tyler J. Snyder lines in second. Dylan Wedgwood in third. Austin Bloom in fourth. And Ryan Potter in fifth. He fell back about 3 spots or so after he tried to make a failed move up the middle. Now he rides in fifth. The first caution is out on lap 2 for a spin in the back. Those unaware, it was Derek Fowler. He finds himself at the tail end of the field in 16th. And so I believe those guys will come back to the tail end of the field. A lot of these guys not up to grip yet with the track here. Motegi, a challenging one all the way overseas in Japan. You know, as seen by the Japanese sponsorship on the side of Dylan Poteet's truck, the number 31, who's leading. and the Honda sponsorship on the wall. A lot of these guys not ready for that change in track feel. Motegi, not a track often used in leagues, hosted, or officials. This is one of the first times I have ever broadcasted here from Motegi Motor Speedway. Honestly, excited here because I've heard some of the things. I've watched some races here in the past, kind of study up almost like film to see what this track brings, what this track is like. And I'll tell you what, this track brings something exciting onto the table. It's wider than Gateway, has more grip than Gateway, and therefore brings a little bit more speed, as similar to the track in St. Louis, where NASCAR experimented with a new race there just a couple of years ago. And now the lights are out on the pace car. Will go green this time by choose cone in effect. Start-finish line being the choose cone. Dylan Wedgwood takes that bottom lane with Austin Bloom on the top. Ryan Potter just behind him. That is Jacob Palm in the 76 behind them as well. That's your top 6. And so some of these guys getting ready for another try to restart here from Motegi Motor Speedway. Hopefully it goes better than the original start. Some of these guys struggling for grip. One of those was Ryan Potter. He got loose after a failed move up the middle. He'll slide around. Eventually got his truck back together again, back collected. And, he's ready to go probably again for another restart. He's ready to attack some of these guys again. And ready to hopefully have a chance to be refreshed as a restart. Pace truck gonna dive down pit road here any moment as we get ready for the first restart here from Motegi. It's the oval first and the road course second. 2 races in one night. Pace car and pace truck dives down pit road. We're going to be green again from Motegi Motor Speedway. Lap 5 on to lap 6 here from Motegi, the oval. And Dylan Wedgwood has found his way up to second. Tyler J. Snyder finds himself in tow as well. Ryan Potter in the mix. He's in 4th. Able to get a spot over Austin Bloom, who's dropped back. Tyler J. Snyder there in the 87. Looks to gain back that second spot as well. Cannot continue the move as we'll go on. Dylan Poteet leads over Dylan Wedgwood. The two Dylans going at it right now as, Tyler J. Snyder finds himself on the apron. Able to save his race car now. He's in the mix between Jacob Hamm and Connor Holden here in this little backpack. As they're going to go almost 3 wide there into turns 1 and 2. The 81 in the middle of the 23. That's Terry Brooks between Connor Holden and Dalton Beerer. As Toby Wedgwood, I believe, just popped the wall back here. Actually, I believe it was Scott Puckett who hit the wall. The red Toyota truck not able to get the grip off the corner that he needs. One thing is Dylan Body has that Japanese sponsorship along with Dylan Poteet. It's funny. It's fun to see these guys take what is supposed to be a good experiment for this league, doing 2 races in one night at two different variations of the same track overseas here in Japan. And so these guys experimenting and taking, it's a little lighthearted. And a lot of these guys, it's kind of cool that they're taking this as they are, putting the Japanese sponsorship on their trucks. I think that's a cool nod to having this experiment in the league and some of these guys racing overseas. I think that's really cool. A cool nod to what is supposed to be a good night of racing, and right now it's exactly what we're seeing. A lot of these guys spread out and taking different lines and using different lines. Let's look back here for the battle for 6th and above. Tyler J. Snyder leading that charge, trying to catch Austin Siegel, who's in that 16th spot over Terry Brooks, trying to make another championship charge here in the Culture Designs Truck Series. And you can hear, just off of when I wasn't speaking, you can hear how much the tires are grating. That screeching noise you hear is the front sliding, using that Kansas setup, like I said. You know, interesting for these guys, as it's going to be tough because, you know, you don't think of a track like this like Kansas. You know, this is more similar to a track like Gateway, and you know, they need to take, if they've had any driving experience at Gateway, you need to drag that over and more or less copy-paste it to this race, where they're not necessarily copy-paste tracks, but they're going to drive the most similar. And I don't believe the trucks have a Gateway setup, so that's why they use the Kansas setup. Obviously larger than Gateway, so the gear's an issue as well. But there's the pass for that 6th place position now. Tyler J. Snyder goes up to 5th. Terry Brooks back to 6th. Andy Siegel falls 2 spots. He'll find himself in 7th. Connor Holden, this mix as well in that 87. Dalton in the 38. He's doing battle with Jacob Hamm in the 76. Adam Bazzi as well, looking on to this battle here. Well, these guys certainly are spread out, to say the least. Dylan Poteet still leads over half a second over Ryan Potter. Gaps now spread out as well. Lap 12 out of 40. And these guys spread out, getting into the concise of the race. You know, these guys, single file, they want to knock out the laps. Got another race here from Motegi. Not the oval, but the road course. You know, to the fans who are confused, I have a way to explain it. So the oval session begins at 9 p.m. like usual with a 30-minute practice, 2-lap single car 5-minute qualifying, and then a 40-lap race. You know, these guys in the middle of that race right now, lap 13 out of 40, and we've already seen one caution for a spin in the back. And that was Derek Fowler. He is still 16th in the number 53 truck. But the next race tonight is the road session. It opens up at 10 p.m. with an hour, 20-minute practice session. And then will be advanced 30 minutes after the oval session ends. 10 minutes of qualifying with a 30-minute race. And it will have a mandatory pit cycle. You choose between 10 minutes and 20 minutes of the race. So mandatory pit stops there in the road race should be exciting to watch. That comes after this. The road race here from Motegi using the Grand Prix layout. And that is something, that's a long track. And so a 30-minute race, we might not get many racing laps in. But unfortunate, there's a caution comes out, I believe. Yes, it was Toby Wedgwood. Goes around, and that's major damage there to the 52 machine. Man, and that's something you just don't want to see. And we're already on lap 15 out of 40, almost halfway done with this oval race. And caution out again. Let's take a look to see what happened. FTN Instant Replay looking at the number 52 of Toby Wedgwood. Gets into the corner, goes to the low side, starts to slide it off. This is him battling down the front stretch. As they go into 1 and 2, this leads to the caution. You can see there in front of him, I believe that's Ty Smith. Number 18 machine, Ty Smith gets loose. Oh, and it's Andy Siegel. Oh, they all wreck at the same time. Andy Siegel flips. Andy Siegel is upside down. We have a flip in Highline. Andy Siegel. My God. I'm going to look at that again. I was not expecting a flip. We're going to get another instant replay, but Andy Siegel up and over. My God. You see he gets loose, and just hard at the inside wall, and he flips, bounces off. Bounces off. I need to find out who that is. But, oh my God. Yeah, Andy Siegel and Toby Wedgwood are junked. And my God. Well, what a wreck. I just don't quite believe it. I think I have to see that again. I'm in awe. So you can see there, slides into 1 and 2. Goes down the back straightaway, starts getting loose, slides the race car. Bam! Into the backstretch wall, and then just flips over and over again. And again, that's not something I expected to see. But, you know, things happen at an unexpected track choice here at Motegi Motor Speedway. Let's go back live to check on the field. Dylan Poteet still leads. He's down pit road. He's the 16 of Andy Siegel. Dylan Poteet leads over Dylan Wedgwood, Scott Puckett, and the 90 comes back. So Scott Puckett now, he leads the outside lane behind Ryan Potter. And because of the first yellow, Derek Fowler is now back on the racetrack. So back on the racetrack, we have a couple of drivers who are in the back now move up to the front. Lap 17 out of 40 under yellow again. For if you missed it, you might have to rewind. We've seen, I believe, the first flip in Highline Racing League history down the backstretch of the first Motegi race in history, I believe, as well. So things already going amiss here at Motegi. And off to a start I did not expect. So these guys sure putting on a great show here for the first race in Motegi. And it's the first race at Motegi and the first race of the night. Make sure to stick around because after this, the road course here at the Motegi Motor Speedway. It's the Grand Prix layout as the pace car dives into pit road, getting ready for the second restart here from Motegi. And we are underway from Motegi again. Caution is out. We didn't even get to complete a lap after the restart. And let's see who that was. So unsure. Believe that might have been Jacob Hamm. I believe Jacob Hamm in the 70. Damage there on the 76. Let's get an instant replay. So didn't get to complete the restart fully. Oh, it's the 90. It's the 90 of Scott Puckett. He slides. He gets loose. And was that what the caution was for? See, Adam Bossi slides up the racetrack. Oh, the 76 gets turned into the pit wall. Jacob Hamm. So let's get a look to see what happened to Jacob Hamm. So who he got turned by. So sliding in the corner. Ahead of the 36. I think the 36 or the 38 just peaks low. Oh no, he gets loose. And the 38 finishes the job. And that will bring out the caution again. Well, caution out again here from Motegi Motor Speedway. Well, off to an exciting opening to this race. 20 laps completed out of 40. We've hit the halfway mark. But I'm a little shocked at how this race has opened up so far. A lot of these guys sure shocked as well. Well, Dylan Poteet still leads over the field. Has not floundered and has not been in any other position but the lead. He could lead every lap here in the inaugural race from Motegi. But if he wants to go for the two-peat, he has that opportunity going for the road course later on tonight. After this, the Motegi road course, as they get ready to do the choose cone again, Dylan Poteet chooses the bottom. Dylan Wedgwood finds that second lane. Now the 53 of Derek Fowler, he brought out the original yellow, the one we first saw. Now he's back up into third over Ryan Potter, Austin Bloom, Tyler Jake Snyder, and Connor Holden as well. That is your top 7 or so. A good mix of this field. Couple people down pit road. Likely won't see them return. Body down pit road. Toby Wedgwood down pit road. Andy Siegel down pit road. Believe Jacob Hall back on the racetrack. Yes, he is. So 3 cars down pit road who I believe will not be making a return onto the track. Well, off to an exciting start here from Motegi. And first race of the night already showing flashes of what could happen. And the oval experience, something to behold. And it's Dylan Poteet over Dylan Wedgwood, Derek Fowler, and Ryan Potter. That's your top 4. These guys ready to go again. The 4th restart here from Motegi Motor Speedway. Pace truck pulls down onto pit road, and we are green again from Motegi. Coming across to start, lap 23 out of 40 now here from the Motegi Oval. Ryan Potter moves up to that second place spot. Over Dylan Wedgwood and Austin Bloom. Tyler J. Snyder making up spots as well. He's in 5th, cutting up through the field now, as he passes Derek Fowler with Connor Holden in the mix as well. Looks to the inside of the 53, cannot get it done. Terry Brooks now charging his way to the field as well. This side-by-side battle, Connor Holden is ahead of the number 53, who did start up in the mix as well and is now falling back. We'll see where that ends him up. Now, moving up to the front of the field now, Austin Bloom leading off a charge from Dylan Wedgwood, and there's a spin in the back off of turn 2 trouble, and 2 more cars or trucks hit the inside wall. And that's Terry Brooks and Derek Fowler. Caution is out once again. Let's take a look to see what happened here. And off the corner, you can already tell they were wrecking. And, man, these guys not taking too kind to the opening race here at Motegi. Shoulders out. Let's see what happens here. So Derek Fowler, the 53 truck on the outside, gets loose. Oh, and he gets loose, slides off the corner, and collects the 23, and they both hit that inside wall. Man. The caution out again, lap 25 out of 40. It's Derek Fowler involved in another one. Well, if you're sitting here from the cockpit of the 31 car Dylan Poteet, you're in for a treat. Led every lap so far. You know, it's been a wild one here, folks. We had a flip, I believe, on lap 16 involving the 16 of Andy Siegel. If you missed that, definitely want to go tune back into that, because that was honestly, that was a crazy wreck I was not expecting here from Motegi. But I'll tell you what, a lot of these guys really choosing to get the shoulders out and start bruising people here for the first time from Motegi. And it shows. These guys are ready to race and ready to rumble, it feels like, as they start messing around. Well, certainly is interesting for a lot of these guys, because I for one was not expecting this brash of an opening to what is supposed to be a very good experiment of a race. So these guys really experimenting here. If you weren't here earlier to explain how tonight is going to work, I'll do it again. The oval session opens at 9 p.m. like usual with a 30-minute practice, 2-lap, 5-minute single-car qualifying, then a 40-lap race, which we're on right now, lap 26 out of 40. Then, up next after this, the second race at Motegi, which uses the Grand Prix layout for the road course race. Session opens at 10 p.m. with an hour, 20-minute practice session to be advanced 30 minutes after the oval session ends. 2-lap, 10 minutes of qualifying and a 30-minute race, which will have a mandatory pit cycle. The drivers can choose between 10 and 20 minutes of the race when to come down pit road, but there will be mandatory pit stops, whether or not it's green or under yellow. Cautions unlikely here from the road course, but cautions likely from the oval. Caution out again, lap 27 out of a 40, involving a couple of guys in the back. It was the 23 of Terry Brooks and the 53 of Derek Fowler. They get involved in an incident now. Terry Brooks falls 2 laps down, and Derek Fowler falls a lap down. The man who was involved in the other caution there, Jacob Halm, the last truck on the lead lap. Well, if you just joined us here for the Highline Racing League Culture Designs Truck Series, it's interesting. The twin race at the Twin Ring here from Motegi. And it's been a wild one here, folks, from the oval race. Caution breeds a caution. And that's been the story here tonight as the field gets ready to choose cone again. We'll see Dylan Poteet peep back to the bottom. There he is. Ryan Potter follows. And now Austin Bloom files into that outside leading position. So he finds himself second. Ryan Potter followed by Dylan Wedgwood there. The 87 behind Ryan Potter, Tyler J. Snyder. That's Connor Holden, Dalton, Adam Bozzi, Scott Puckett, Dalton, Ty Smith, Jacob Halm, and then that is the last person on the track. No signs of Derek Fowler, Terry Brooks, Andy Siegel, Toby Wedgwood, or Dylan J. Body coming back on the track. So as it stands, about 5 retirees from this race. Motegi claiming a lot of the lives of these trucks so far. Been an interesting race so far. If you're just joining us now, we're about to go back green for what looks to be 11 laps to go here from Motegi. 40 laps here in under the sunlight of Japan. A lot of these guys taking creative liberties and putting Japanese sponsorship on their trucks. The leading one right now, Dylan Poteet. Pace car going to round its way out of turn number 4. As we get to the restart zone, we are going to be green again from Motegi. shuffling about the back of the field. Lap 30 out of 40 here from Motegi Motor Speedway. Dylan Wedgwood now cutting up through the field again, slots in and trying to make the move on Adam Bozzi in the number 27 truck. As these guys continue to be single file and spread out. This is the closest battle on the racetrack between this, and then there's Tyler J. Snyder and Austin Bloom. These two battling as well. Sliding on the racetrack here. Tyler J. Snyder looking to make the move on Austin Bloom in that number 3 truck. Doesn't look like he'll come home with the move. They're going to be side by side still. Same story with Wedgwood and Bozzi back there as well. These two battles, the closest ones on the racetrack. As now one of them gets sorted. Dylan Wedgwood is ahead of Adam Bozzi. This one not yet over. Tyler J. Snyder and Austin Bloom using those two different lanes, going to get ready and try and pass the number 3 truck. And it looks like he's not quite clear yet. They're still going to be side by side coming off the corner. One last hard charge into turns 1 and 2 is what Tyler J. Snyder needs to make up the pass. And there it is. He gets the pass done. Now Austin Bloom going to be peeking to that inside lane, and he might have an opportunity. Yes, he does. He slides back up to the inside. Does he have the momentum off the corner? Yes, he does. Here's the battle for the lead. Ryan Potter looking to the outside. Now looks to the inside. Is blocked by Dylan Poteet using that dirty air. He'll slide up the corner. No one has been able to contest our leader, Dylan Poteet, but everyone has been able to contest and contend everywhere else. And what almost looked like a push down the front stretch. Help from Connor Holden. Ryan Potter getting back right under that rear spoiler of Dylan Poteet. The battle for the lead rages on. The 99 is far from over. Dylan Poteet goes to block. He goes all the way to the low side. He looks low, looks even lower, and he gets the block done. And they both slide up the corner. Here comes a push from Connor Holden in the 81. He might have a chance to fight Dylan Poteet for the lead. Yes, he will. Side by side off the corner. Dylan bobbles, and they're going to be side by side. And we have a new leader, Connor Holden, after major blocking for the lead. The lead pack is all under a blanket now. Connor Holden over Ryan Potter. Dylan Poteet, he slides up the corner, scrapes the wall. These two going to be side by side, giving the lead, and scurrying away is Connor Holden. As the battle gets even more exciting here, Austin Bloom now finds himself in that bottom lane next to Tyler J. Snyder. They're going to be side by side, and once was leader Dylan Poteet drops back to 3rd behind Ryan Potter. Lap 35 out of 40, just 6 laps to go here from Motegi, and the battle heightens. Now Dylan Poteet 3 wide, Tyler J. Snyder and Austin Bloom going to fight for that position now. He falls back almost to 5th as Tyler J. Snyder gets into the wall. Tyler J. Snyder into the wall as this battle rages on. Austin Bloom trying to get past that 87 once again. Now here comes Adam Bozzi in the 27 machine. He comes back into the mix as well. Slides off the corner. They're going to be double file 2 rows back off of turn 4. For an experiment as this track is, it's proving to be a good race so far. If you're just joining us, coming about to almost 4 laps to go here from Motegi, and the battles are heating up. Dylan Poteet lost the lead now after aggressive blocking with the 99 Ryan Potter. He finds himself in that 2nd position, but the closest battle on the racetrack is here with Dylan Poteet, Adam Bozzi, and Tyler J. Snyder as they go almost 3 wide out of turn 4. Adam Bozzi makes up the move. Now Tyler J. Snyder looking to make the pass as well. He'll be on the inside of Dylan Poteet, and that's one to look out for as these guys are battling it out here for the 5th position. Dylan Poteet sliding up the track now. Dylan Wedgwood in the mix as well. He's on that low side giving help to Tyler J. Snyder. This battle still goes on. Dylan Poteet, after leading almost every race, tried to come back. And I believe it's Andy Siegel back on the racetrack. And just tight off the corner now for Dylan Poteet. Unfortunate. He finds himself back in 8th. Well, here's the closest battle on the racetrack. Adam Bozzi trading blows with Austin Bloom. Adam Bozzi now moves up to third. So these two going to be battling all the way back down the backstretch here, coming to 2 laps to go. As he'll make the move and he'll make it stick. Connor Holden ready for a walk-off win, coming with just 2 laps to go here from Motegi, the inaugural race, I believe, at Motegi, the oval now. Then, coming up next after this, don't go anywhere, it's the Motegi Roval, or sorry, not the Roval, the road course, the Grand Prix layout just after this. 2 laps to go now, coming down to a lap and a half as Connor Holden leads the field. Austin Bloom gets loose, so we have another slide out the corner. The number 38 machine as well. They save it. We stay green. Coming across to the white flag. Connor Holden exits turn 4, having almost preceded what is going to be a walk-off win for the number 81 machine. He crosses the start-finish line for the white flag. 1 lap to go here from Motegi Motor Speedway. Ryan Potter versus Adam Bozzi there. The battle heightens up. These two going to be side by side off the corner. Looks like Adam Bozzi going to slide back into position. Going to make one last late lunge here into turn 3. They're going to get really close, and he doesn't have enough. Connor Holden in a walk-off win from Motegi Motor Speedway. He comes across the line to win the first race of the night here at the Motegi Oval. Then it's Ryan Potter and Adam Bozzi. Well, an exciting first race here at Motegi. Connor Holden gets it done in a walk-off win over Dylan Poteet, who had slid all the way back to 8th. He finds himself 4 seconds back from the race winner. Well, Connor Holden, after a walk-off win here from Motegi, goes to burn it down, as he is your winner of race 1. And that's nice to see. They're getting a picture there. A team win. A win is a win, and a win is a team win. As you can see there on the track, that's Ryan Potter, Ty Smith, and our winner, Connor Holden, as he continues to burn it down here from Motegi. Like I said before, a win is a win, and a win is a team win. So these guys going to come home in victory lane. Connor Holden takes the walk-off. Let's take a look and see how things finished out. Connor Holden over Ryan Potter, and then Adam Bozzi, as well as in 3rd. He gets a podium over Austin Bloom there in 4th. Tyler J. Snyder comes home in 5th. Then it's Dylan Wedgwood with Dalton Barber in 7th. Dylan Poteet slides all the way back to 8th. Ty Smith and Scott Puckett in 10th. Going back onto the rest of the field now. Jacob Halm. Then it's Derek Fowler, Andy Siegel, Terry Brooks, Dylan Body, and Toby Wedgwood rounds out the field. Well, after an exciting first race here from Motegi Motor Speedway, interviews conducting here shortly. Let's take a look here to see what all has happened. Well, the first person that we might want to get in the booth who is waiting, I believe, I don't think is in the interview channel. Gonna get here in the booth shortly is the number 27 of Adam Bozzi. Well, Adam, you come home in third after, I believe, the inaugural race here from Motegi Motor Speedway. How were your thoughts feeling after that 40 lap dash?
That was maybe the most fun that I've had in a truck. I normally don't run these things. I normally am in the choose cone. So um, super fun. Hopefully, those last 10 laps were a good show for everybody. And, I'm about to go strap it in and run the road course here. See if we can get a couple spots better.
Yeah, looking to come home with the win down the road course. Now, that's interesting. Two races in one night. What are your thoughts about that as we now look on to the road course?
So this is something new for I think pretty much everybody from a highline standpoint. We've never ran a doubleheader like this, to my knowledge. So kind of got a little bit of a warm up there, and our road course events have always been entertaining to say the least from a fuel strategy standpoint or an action standpoint. So um, we'll see. Looking forward to it though.
Well, I'm looking forward to it as well. What were some of your thoughts coming home here from, I believe, the first race at Motegi? We saw a lot of action, and we even saw a flip, which I was not expecting down the back. Andy Siegel goes for a wild ride. What are your thoughts on the end of this one?
I wish we had a couple more laps. I definitely had something for those guys. Started downshifting in 3 and 4 and was just getting massive runs coming down the front stretch, and just didn't have enough laps to do it. But you know, just here to have some fun, and that surely was fun. We should put it on the premiere schedule next.
Well, thoughts about it going onto the premiere schedule going well. Well, Adam Bazzi, you come home in third, getting ready to move on to the road course. Is there anything else you want to say or anyone else you'd like to thank?
No, just thank you guys for getting this set up. Obviously, thanks Kendall and Toby for giving me the opportunity here to run this truck series and hopefully put on some good shows for you guys. And obviously, Kieran Ichiban on the car, usually garage beer. So um, shout out to them. About to go have me a cold one here after this one tonight.
Wow, thank you so much for your time and congratulations on third place.
Thank you.
Well, that was a 27 of Adam Bazzi who comes home in that second position. That third position. Let's get an interview with the man in second, Ryan Potter. You come home in second. Number 99 truck, you come home in second position. Do you think you maybe just needed a couple more laps to go get that win?
Nah, honestly, no, I don't think so. I think Connor had it figured out a lot more than I did, especially off of turn 4, because he was just scooting away off of turn 4 on those last couple laps. He really figured it out towards the end, and I was just kind of holding on.
Well, you come home in second for what is, I believe, the first overseas race in Highline history and the first doubleheader in Highline history. You come home here in second. What are your thoughts about tonight's first race? Weird saying first.
The first race, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was tricky to pass, you know. I mean, I was expecting the tire disadvantage on the guys that stayed out to be a little more noticeable, but either way, I mean, it was pretty difficult to pass. But yeah, I mean, it was those last few laps were pretty exciting at least. So, I personally I enjoyed the racing. I thought it was a pretty good race. I haven't been to this track before. In fact, this was literally like I haven't actually been on the racetrack at all prior to this session tonight. So, yeah, like I said, I wasn't sure what to make of it coming in, but it was pretty good.
Well, you come home in second, and after what we saw was a pretty wild ride here, I'll tell you one thing who had a wild ride. Andy Siegel goes flipping down the backstretch. Now, I wasn't expecting a flip here, and we were all a little. A little shocked here, but proving to be a wild track the most. What do you think about thoughts on this kind of double race format or this track coming back next year or even in the Premier Series?
I'm not so sure about the track. I mean, like I said, I think the race was good. I think I'd be more interested to see what it would be like in other cars because the trucks are kind of finicky with how the power is and stuff like that. But I do like the double header configuration, especially when I first saw it on the schedule as the oval road course double header. It was intriguing because it's with all the respect to this league, they're a more traditional league, and this was kind of more out of left field. I would say definitely didn't expect a Motegi on the schedule. So, but I'm personally I'm all for it. I like the idea, and hopefully we get some more just like it.
Well, congratulations on coming home second. High hopes and high prospects going into the road course. Well, come home in second place. Is there anyone else you'd like to thank or anything else you'd like to say?
Well, first and foremost, congrats to Connor Holden because he's had some pretty bad luck, and I'm just really happy that he finally had something go his way for a change because he definitely has deserved it for quite a while. Um, just give shout out to Ty, DJ, and Connor, my teammates there in the swamp. Um, just everybody, Jim's Breakfast, James Denny, he's a great sponsor for us. Holden Wieners, all the boys, like I said, all the boys at the swamp, all the boys that work for the league. Adam has done a great job of broadcasting, or not broadcasting, of officiating. You've done a great job of broadcasting. And yeah, I think that's just about everybody.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Ryan Potter, and congratulations on second. High hopes going into the next one. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
The voice of the number 99, Ryan Potter. Teammates with our winner, Connor Holden. You come home in victory lane here in Japan, and what a sight to see it is. We had a wild ride and some action here from Motegi. Give me some of your thoughts as you come home in victory lane.
I bought the track 20 minutes before we raced, so I was not expecting that. So the fact that it happened is absolutely incredible. We haven't had a top 10 all season, and it's been a tough go. So to come out on top is awesome, absolutely awesome.
Well, we have a double race format here. We're looking at it, and it looks to be that the next race is the Motegi Road Course. Give me some of your thoughts on going on to that. We have a 2-race format now going on to the same track, but the road course. What are some of your thoughts?
I've had my fun for the night, so I'm just going to try my best on the road course and just hope for the best. I'm excited to drive on it. I love road course racing, so maybe we'll get another decent finish tonight.
Well, hopefully so. Well, as we get ready to go on to the road course here in a bit, you come home in that first place. What were your thoughts overall about here in Motegi on the oval side?
Oh well, it was extremely fast. I mean, not a lot of off throttle time. Even though you get into 3, we were downshifting. It was a fun time. So I had a lot of fun on Japan tonight.
Well, some thoughts and some sayings have been going around about bringing this track back next year, both to the Truck Series and maybe to the Premier Series, as well as this double-header race format. What are your thoughts on that going forward?
All for it. Let's lead the country more and more. It's more fun.
Well, once again, congratulations for the win. Is there anyone else you'd like to thank or anything else you'd like to say?
For everybody at Swamp Motorsports, Ty Smith, Ryan Potter, DJ Stagner. I love this team with every bone in my body. Got to thank Holden Wieners for being on the truck. Let's see, Smith Tank and Steel, and Jim's Breakfast. Also, lastly, I want to thank Danica Patrick. She taught me how to drive this place in 2008, so shout out to her.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the win here in the Motegi Oval, and all the best for it on the road course. Could you go for the two-peat? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I want to thank one more person. He just tuned in, Mr. Nicholas Rhodes. He's in the chat right there. So shout out Nick Rhodes. I'm sorry, Alex. I had to get him his last shout out.
Oh, well, you're the winner, man. You should be able to say what you want. So congratulations again on the win, and hopefully going for the two-peat, 2 for 2. Do you think you can do it?
No, but we're going to try our best.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Connor Holden, and congratulations on the win.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Well, that was the 81 of Connor Holden. Especially interesting interview, and one of those to remember. Well, going to take a short break here as we get ready to join the next session and the next race to go up. Don't go anywhere, as stay tuned. We'll be back shortly here with the Twin Ring Motegi Road Course and the Grand Prix layout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Please stay tuned. Well, we're back here in Motegi, and we're here for Race 2 of the Highline Racing League skirmish in Japan, the Twin Race Twin Ring Motegi. Here is the qualifying order. There we go. Here's the qualifying order. It's Austin Bloom on pole with a 2-minute, almost sub-2-minute lap time. Then Dylan Wedgwood, Dylan Poteet, and Ryan Potter. Some similar names we saw last race up front. Jacob Hom, Matthew Rodriguez, Dalton, Connor Holden, Tyler J. Snyder, Derek Fowler there in 10th. And then moving on to the rest of the field, Andy Siegel, Adam Bozzi, Ty Smith, Terry Brooks, Toby Wedgwood, Dylan Body, and Scott Puckett there in the number 90 machine. Well, here from Twin Motegi, it has been an exciting night. Our first skirmish outland of mainland USA here in Japan. Now, it's going to be an interesting one because a lot of these guys we're not used to Motegi the oval, and sure aren't going to be used to Motegi the road course. Well, let's see if we can take a peek at that. Getting ready to go green here. A lot of these guys on track and rolling. If you didn't watch the start or the race earlier, you would have seen that some of these guys are running Japanese sponsorship, as well as Dylan Poteet and some of the like as well. These guys choosing to have some lighthearted fun as we go out of the States. Well, the pace car dips in for what should be the only restart here from the Motegi road course as we get ready to go green. Pace car is in. And the race 2 here from Motegi Motor Speedway is green. "30-minute skirmish as everyone starts jostling around for position. Lap 1. And we've got shuffling already as people in the middle of the pack want to make moves now. Oh, trouble! Andy Siegel again, man! He goes completely off the track. As we'll get an instant replay to see what happened there. Andy Siegel flies off the racetrack. Oh, and he crosses under braking. Lucky to miss the pit wall. But he'll slide across the racetrack. Well, we've got some battling here in the back half of the pack. Got some moving around. Derek Fowler now as these guys switch around. Single file has started to become the norm. Oh, we got another spin, and it's Scott Puckett in the 90. He goes around. Tough to try and gain control of the race car, but he'll save it. Matthew Rodriguez as well. Dylan Wedgwood, they're going to fight side by side as Austin Bloom over Ryan Potter. Dylan Poteet has kind of struggled on this opening lap, has slid back, and now resides in that 6th position. You can see him there at the edge of the frame. But right now, our leader, Austin Bloom, already out to quite a significant lead. We're only on lap 1, and he has about a second lead. He was 2 seconds faster in qualifying, so no real surprise there. As the rest of this field slides, goes into the grass, does Ryan Potter, as he now plays blocker out front right now. Oh, and they're going to almost touch as he goes back down to the inside. Ryan Potter doing battle with Dylan Wedgwood. They're going to touch going into turn 1 as they're 3 wide almost. And Dylan Wedgwood's going to spin, and he's going to be in the middle of the racetrack. And off goes the track. The 26 goes spinning as well. Trouble again. Another Dylan goes spinning. And these guys just can't contain themselves. Man, a lot of these guys spinning around. Well, an exciting start of the race now. Andy Siegel looks to pass his first race car of the race. Now, let's see if he can do it, closing in on Dylan Body. Oh. Dylan Body looks to have had enough of this race. He will go into the outside wall. As there's Andy Siegel. Let's take a look at on Body. As man, you know what? I think his throttle hung. A nice shot here. Oh, man. Well, unfortunate. Let's get a look on Andy Siegel's cockpit. Sure, that is a great shot. Let's see what he saw. Oh. And yeah. Looks like Dylan Body just decided he was done with the race. Well, I believe we have some interesting news to cover, as I believe Terry Brooks has maybe gone for a spin. Now, let's see what happened. There was Adam Bozzi and the like before, off the corner. Oh, and he comes back across the racetrack, gasses it up, and misses the wall. So good on him for making the save and not hitting the wall, but he will go around and spin. Ryan Potter, Dylan Poteet. These guys are making moves. Dylan Poteet up to 4th. Great comeback drive from him. Now on the back bumper of Connor Holden. Look at that. All over the back of him. So a hard charger so far. We're about 5 minutes in, maybe almost 6 now, of this race. And Dylan Poteet looking to make a hard charge for Connor Holden, who didn't think he was going to do that well, but last race's winner now sitting in 3rd. I'd call that good enough. Well, Connor Holden looking to go for the two-peat, as Dylan Poteet is right up his back chuff, as the British would say. He's going to go around the outside here into the final chicane. Going to peek his nose in, but it's great defense from Connor Holden. These two continue to battle as Ryan Potter slides in the grass again. Now the 76 as well. He looks to be in the fight. He's going to send it to the inside of Potter, as no contact will be made. The double right-hander. These two going to be side by side off the corner. They're going to be battling tough, as now Dylan Poteet looks to be behind as Ryan Potter makes the move. The 76 looks to the inside. Ryan Potter looked to the inside of Poteet, and that got Jacob Hom messed up, as he will go for a slide, saves the race car, as here comes Adam Bozzi. Well, Ryan Potter now more of a gap now than was before. Dylan Poteet now in striking distance as Connor Holden slides out into the grass. Here comes Dylan Poteet. These two going to battle it out, as about 1/10 of a second is all that separates them from these. This is the closest battle on the racetrack now. This group of three sure has come together here soon. Here comes Adam Bozzi now in the mix as well. I believe we've got a spin, and it's Ryan Potter who spins around. And as the field goes by, let's see what happened. Ryan Potter just, he overcooked it on the brakes, too much rear brake bias, and he goes around. And here comes the rest of the field. Well, tell you what, exciting opening to the race here on the Motegi road course. Adam Bozzi now in striking distance of Jacob Hamm, as Dylan Poteet has made the pass on Connor Holden by quite some margin. I wonder what happened there. I'll just go take a peek and see if we can have a replay, because that's a large gap. So Ryan Potter spins in the background. Here comes Dylan Poteet. He's going to send it up the inside. Oh, and he spins him. Oh, and there's a spin from Connor Holden. So that's how that gap formed. So that is what happened. Well, now Dylan Poteet up in third. Now here's the battle for that fifth position. Adam Bozzi makes the move on Jacob Hamm. Man, this race is action-packed. 10 minutes have gone by, and really, it feels like only 2 minutes have gone by. Well, one thing I'd like to note, if you weren't here watching us in the last part of the race, the last part of the broadcast, these guys have, no matter what, mandatory pit stops. They have to come down pit road, and it's up to them whether they want to come down pit road at 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Really, it's up to them at any point. But they have to make a pit stop. Right now, Adam Bozzi is looking for the move. They're all going to slow up out of the corner, and here comes almost 3 wide as they're going to sort it out, and Connor Holden gets back in front of Adam Bozzi. Bozzi almost, Jacob Hamm almost hits the rear end. You know, 2 white trucks, 2 really similar paint schemes, confusing. Let's not talk about the difference in manufacturer, but Adam Bozzi now scooting away as Hamm gets loose on exit. That will cost him. Oh, and we've got I believe a guy coming down pit road. It's going to be Matthew Rodriguez. He comes down pit road. Oh, Dylan Poteet comes down pit road as well. So a couple comers down pit road, and they choose to make their stop early, and now they will try and go the distance. So mandatory pit stop done for a couple of guys. Now, I don't know if Ryan Potter's back here or if he came down pit road. Likely he is just back here. Here's the closest battle on the racetrack, Dylan Poteet, as he passes Toby Wedgwood. And Derek Fowler now comes down pit road as well. Oh, as well as Scott Puckett there in the 90. Well, Jacob Hamm is right up the back bumper of Connor Holden. These two have yet to make their pit stop as well. This is the second closest, this is the closest battle on the racetrack, the 76, all up the back end of the 81 as Connor Holden slides out of the corner, and they're going to be side by side give the run to Holden. Even though he got loose, they're going to shove each other almost to the pit wall as up the inside goes Jacob Hom, but it's going to be a good fight and a good battle there from Connor Holden. He's going to slide it back down the inside. He gets loose again, and that's not going to help his case. Goes for the switchback, and he goes through the grass. What a move from Connor Holden as he goes to slide right in front. But this battle is far from over. He slides off the corner, and now Jacob Hom gets to be able to slide in front. Now a couple of comers down pit road, Adam Bozzi and Adam Bozzi, Austin Bloom, as well as Dalton in the 38 comes down pit road as well. 3 newcomers down pit road, and our leader, Jacob Hom, over Connor Holden and Tyler J. Snyder, as these 3 still continue to stay out. Coming up to about halfway in this road race here, this road skirmish in Japan, the Motegi Wonder. Well, if you're just joining us now, it's been an interesting race with some of these guys now sliding around. Conditions are interesting because, you know, no one has apparently, when I talked to most of the field there in post-race interviews from the Oval, most people hadn't really run, or some people had just bought the track. So, you know, a lot of inexperience going out to the field, but that provides, honestly, some good racing, as no one really knows what the line is. No one really has a set plan or in place. So a lot of these guys just experimenting out on the racetrack. Austin Bloom catching up now, cutting through the field, as he's not too far behind our leader in Jacob Hom. And that's how big the gap was, is that he's only about 4 seconds ahead of Bloom, and Bloom was our leader. So as he goes down to make the pass on, I believe that's the 51 of Matthew Rodriguez, he'll get the pass done as the 51 slides off the corner. Well, we got another cover, I believe, down pit road, and it looks to be, or well, I thought I saw I did, clearly not. Jacob Hom now. Oh, yeah, I was right. Connor Holden comes down pit road with 15 minutes, so splits it even. I believe Toby Wedgwood. Yeah, Toby Wedgwood comes down pit road as well. Ty Smith comes down pit road. Really long pit road for these guys to try and go down. Let's take a look to see. Derek Fowler now. Yeah, he comes down. He comes out of pit road as well. So Ty Smith goes down pit road in the company of others, as Dalton looks to go for a slide, and he will save it. Here is the closest battle on the racetrack. Austin Bloom now passes Tyler J. Snyder. He is back up to second, chasing about a 4-second gap between him and our leader, Jacob Hom, who has not come down pit road yet, so he will have to make his stop, as mandatory pit stops are required. So we might see him come down in about 3 minutes' time, as it depends on whether or not he is close to the entrance of pit road. But it's Jacob Hom over Austin Bloom, Tyler J. Snyder, Matthew Rodriguez, and Dylan Poteet. That's your top 5. As the closest battle is Matthew Rodriguez and Tyler J. Snyder. Matthew Rodriguez slides off the corner. There's a blown motor. I believe it was someone. Oh no, it's Derek Fowler, as he is stopped on the racetrack. Let's see what happened here. As he just slides off the corner. Oh, and hard into the tire barrier goes the 53. Well, things are stacking up and things are changing, as here comes Jacob Hom down pit road. I believe it's Tyler J. Snyder following in tow. So Austin Bloom back up to the lead. Then it's Matthew Rodriguez, Dylan Poteet. Now Abazi slides up to 4th. Well, it's been an interesting thing so far as these guys coming about halfway or just past halfway. They come down pit road. Jacob Palm exits pit road 10th. Well, it's been a good night for Austin Bloom as he led a majority of the race prior to his pit stop, and now is back in the lead again over Matthew Rodriguez and Dylan Poteet. Dylan Poteet has really chunched his way up the field. He has made his pit stop, and he is only about 5 seconds behind Austin Bloom. And I believe the top 3 have all made their pit stops, so they are good to the end of the race. These two getting really, really close as lap traffic there from Andy Siegel is now Dylan Poteet goes off the track as well. They're going to be 3 wide almost as Andy Siegel lets them by. Well, these two sliding around. This is the battle for second. As you can see here. Oh, and there goes to the outside. Oh, trouble. Into the grass down the front stretch goes Matthew Rodriguez, and the pass is made by Dylan Poteet. He will get the spot and is now 6 seconds behind our leader, Austin Bloom. Take a look here in the middle pack. This is Tyler J. Snyder doing battle with Dylan Wedgwood and Connor Holden. These 3 have been all together. Connor Holden made his stop just a couple laps ago. About 10 minutes left in this one here from Motegi, and the battles heat up around the racetrack. Dylan Wedgwood on that rear bumper, the 81. He slides in right behind, as well as looking into the picture, Tyler J. Snyder. This is the battle for 6th on the racetrack. All 3 of these guys tussling it out. And man, I'll be here to tell you, this race has been really entertaining. A lot of battles across the racetrack. These guys have been starting to shuffle it out and really start to battle it out. As we saw some good battling there for about 3 spots going down onto pit road. Connor Holden made his stop. And then now he finds himself back here with Wedgwood, Snyder, and Halm now coming into the picture as well. So he made his pit stop. It's a 4-car battle from 6th to 9th. As Wedgwood misses his braking point, locks up the tires, and he'll slide. Maintain his position, but here comes Hom, tries to make the pass up the inside of the 87. Doesn't look like it will work. Tries to go again, now looks up the inside. Thinks better of it, slides back in behind. Oh, off the racetrack goes Connor Holden. He's in the grass now as Wedgwood makes the pass up to the inside. Goes Snyder and Hom. So really loses 3 spots after 1 mistake. Connor Holden now slides back to 9th. Wow, Jacob Palm, after an incident there, and then when he came down pit road, looks to get up a couple more spots as shuffling in the back of the pack. Jacob Palm looks to the inside of Tyler J. Snyder, and he slides across his nose as Snyder gets loose, and he will save the race car, tries to block. Oh, there goes Jacob Palm. There he comes back. Wow. I mean, the battles on this racetrack heat up as they get closer to one another. Well, coming into the picture again, Ryan Potter there in the 99. So now it's the battle from 9th to 5th. All these guys spread out about 2 seconds or so. And here is the battle for 5th. Jacob Hom goes to the inside of Dylan Wedgwood. He will slide it in, and he will make the pass. Dylan Wedgwood has to back out of that one. And Ryan Potter leads that 5th place position now. It's Ford, Chevy, Ford, Toyota. These group of 4. As Ryan Potter now looks to scoot away again in the hands of Jacob Hom. as these guys really taking a use to track limits, using as much track and grass as they can. Ryan Potter gets on the grass and he'll slide, and he will save it now. Leaves the inside open for Jacob Palm to take the position. These two are going to battle it out. Looks to be a crossover from the 99. Gets blocked. Has to go on the grass again, and is now under fire from Dylan Wedgwood. He peeks his nose now to the inside. Here comes the 14 as they come up. And Ryan Potter going to slide and skid the brakes a bit. Looks to the inside again and cannot get the move made. He will slide in back behind the 14. But here comes Tyler J. Snyder as well. Been looking in the mix as he almost looks to get to the left rear quarter panel of the 99. Won't be needing that as Ryan Potter gets loose at a spin in the back. It's Connor Holden. He will spin around on the racetrack and he will save it and come back around. Tyler J. Snyder sliding into frame as he looks to go and do battle with the 99 of Ryan Potter. These two have been battling it out these last about 5 minutes or so. So about the course of 2 laps, these two have been battling, and it's been a great one. Now, these two are the closest ones on the racetrack. If I was to show you a blimp view, there's our leader, and there is second. That is how big the gap really is. Austin Bloom taking these guys to school. Another big gap. Jacob Palm to Adam Bozzi, literally on 2 different sides of the racetrack. Oh, as the 90 goes for a spin, he will block the racetrack. I mean, we're seeing close battles. Like, here is Dalton and Ryan Potter for 8th. But, I'll tell you what, these guys have really been sliding around. You could just see here the gaps by any of these guys are really, really far. As the biggest one is Jacob Palm and Adam Bozzi. That is a 15-second gap. But the gap increases lap by lap between Dylan Poteet and Austin Bloom. He's literally in the exit of the next corner, and Poteet is barely on that part of the stretch. Close battle out on the racetrack right now, as you mentioned. Right now, Matthew Rodriguez doing battle with Dylan Poteet. These two are going to get a good exit off the corner. Dalton and Ryan Potter, these two sliding around as well. So a lot of these guys starting to get together now. Well, battling close out on the racetrack. Close, not a word in the dictionary of Austin Bloom. He is a more than out and away from this field. But the 38 does battle with the 99, and the 99 goes off the racetrack. But the 38 gets loose, so this could be a chance for Ryan Potter to make up some time. Oh, I think we got one of the grass up in the front. Looking at Tyler J. Snyder. He's made up some moves as well. The closest battle on the racetrack, Matthew Rodriguez and Dylan Poteet. This is the battle for second, as these two have been absolutely sliding around. They've been battling for second now for about, I think, the duration of the second pit stop. But there you see in the background is Adam Bozzi. And looking at timing and scoring, we'll let it pass for a couple of corners. Oh, and off goes Dylan Poteet, slides and locks up the brakes, and this battle becomes even closer. As here comes in the background, Adam Bozzi. My suspicions were correct. He gained about 5/10 of a second there, as he is getting closer and closer. But this battle now heats up between the 31 and the 51. Matthew Rodriguez now coming into view. He's going to do battle with the 31, Dylan Poteet. These two right up each other's back bottom. And there goes the 51, Matthew Rodriguez, off the racetrack. He will go into the grass. This will cost him time. And in striking distance is Adam Bozzi. He will try and make the move. These two going to slide out of the final corner, but Bozzi gets a good run. He's going to be to the inside of the 51. as these two are going to be side by side going down the front stretch in about a quarter of a wheel now, as Adam Bozzi slides in behind and Matthew Rodriguez outbreaks the 27, but this battle is anything but over as the 51 goes for slide, so does Bozzi. These two going through the last couple of corners now. The 27 at striking distance of the 51. He gets a good run off the corner. Timing and scoring. He's starting to gain now down the front stretch. This is the closest battle on the racetrack, as we've got 2 minutes to go. It's Adam Bozzi versus Matthew Rodriguez for third, as Adam Bozzi has been in striking distance now for about a lap or so, as he has been right up the back bottom of the number 51 machine as Dylan Poteet scoots away. Adam Bozzi now starting to drop back a bit. Finds himself about a half second behind. Well, as Matthew Rodriguez slides, I was about to start going on about how we're getting to the end of this race, but this race between these two is anything but over. Here comes Adam Bozzi now, going to look probably to the inside. No, he doesn't. Sits right behind. No late lunge. And even though Matthew Rodriguez went for a slide, he was able to save it and stay ahead of the 27. Take a look here. Ryan Potter and Connor Holden as well. These two. Oh, sorry. No, that's Dalton Pierre, as these guys are starting to do battle. It'll be Wedgwood looking to the back bumper. Here comes Adam Bozzi now to Matthew Rodriguez, and Matthew Rodriguez has caught up to Dylan Poteet. So these three are going to battle from fourth to second. Here is the battle for the remaining spots on the podium plus one. These two are going to dive it deep into the corner now, catching up to the 31 of Dylan Poteet. These two closer than ever. Matthew Rodriguez just ahead of the 27. Final lap here from Motegi, and these three are going to battle it out one more time around the racetrack. Down the front stretch they go, and the gaps spread out even more. But in striking distance is Matthew Rodriguez. He closes up under braking and tries to get in touching distance of the number 31. Now the 51 going to also have to play blocker there for Adam Bozzi there in the back as well, as they start to slide around. These three are closer than ever. Doing battle out of the racetrack, Ryan Potter and Dalton also getting close, as they will come out of the final corner as well. Toby Wedgwood now doing battle with Connor Holden. This is the closest battle on the racetrack, as off the corner, good run from Toby Wedgwood. Now going back, Matthew Rodriguez in striking distance of the number 31 of Dylan Poteet. Does he make the move? Adam Bozzi now looks to the inside, isn't able to get it done, as these two will slide. Down to the inside, the 51 locks up the brakes, tries to get to the back end of the 31, unable to make the move, and now Adam Bozzi is back looking to make the move on the 51. These three are going to battle it out to the end as Dylan Poteet slides. They slide off the corner. These three still closer than ever. You could put a blanket over these guys, and they would still not be covered enough. As here comes the dive to the inside, but he plays blocker. Dylan Poteet going to slide it out. And as these two continue to battle, Austin Bloom is going to come home with the win from Motegi. He wins the road course, and he wins race 2. Now, going back to the battle here, and it's not over. Matthew Rodriguez tries to play blocker. Now, Adam Bozzi looks to the inside. Dylan Poteet is going to get it. They're going to beat and they're bang, and they're going to wreck across the start-finish line as they wreck. Who got the position? Who got the position? Adam Bozzi comes home with back-to-back podiums as they wreck across the start-finish line. Wow. Here is that again. He turns left into him, and they're going to wreck. What a finish between these two. What a finish. My God. That was absolutely incredible. Well, Austin Bloom taking a lap around the racetrack. He comes home as the winner here from Motegi. And what a way to do it. Well, let's take a look at the finishing order now as it stands here. Well, it's Austin Bloom over Dylan Poteet, Adam Bazzi, and Matthew Rodriguez. What a finish that was for that third place position between the 27 and the 51. We're going to have to go back and look at that again. Then it's Jacob Hom, Dylan Wedgwood, Tyler J. Snyder, followed by Dalton Barber. Then Connor Holden, last race winner, finds himself in 9th. Was running up there in the mix as well, but he drops back down to that 9th position. Then it's Toby Wedgwood to round out the top 10. Ryan Potter slides back, last car on the lead lap. Then it's Ty Smith, Andy Siegel, Scott Puckett, Derek Fowler, Terry Brooks, and Dylan Body didn't really last enough to say the show. Well, after an exciting one here from Motegi, gonna get interviews with our finishers. And let's get our third place finisher again, Adam Bazzi, as we get ready to interview the number 27. Well, Adam Bazzi, you come home third again, and my God, what a finish there. Even though my voice cracked, that was incredible. Explain that whole last lap.
That last lap, I was driving as hard as I could, trying to keep the wheels underneath me, just waiting for them to make a mistake, really. I didn't want to move them, or I didn't want to, get into a situation where we were going to, get turned around and let Poteet run away with it. And that last corner is where it kind of happened. Matt Rod just kind of got a little wide into the grass, and he came back, and I had the run out of the corner. I'd been getting good runs there all night. So the end there, I think he might have just spun the tires in a shift from what it looked like, and we just got tangled up. And unfortunately, the rest is history. But super fun battling. I just really wish I would have gotten by him a little bit sooner. I think I probably could have got Poteet too.
Well, you say the rest is history, but man, what a finish for the history books. You guys crash almost into Barney the Flagman. If that wall wasn't there, he would be going down. But honestly, what an exciting race here. And honestly, I think Motegi needs to come back on the schedule.
This is the second season in a row now that we've done international road course races, and I think they put on some of the most entertaining races. I might have guys that disagree with me. I'm going to get feedback from everybody tonight on what they may want to do in the future, but I know Hockenheim is one that keeps coming up, and I've heard nothing but good things. So we'll see what ends up happening.
I really got to hope this comes back, because what an exciting road course race this was, combined in experience and, just the large nature of this, about a 2-minute lap, but really the inexperience causing everyone to make mistakes. And that's what really makes good racing. When someone else makes a mistake, you can pounce on it. And as we saw there at the checkered flag, you two battling it out for what is one of the greatest finishes ever in Highline. You guys are battling it out, and you wreck across the line, but that finishing margin, just a couple of hundredths. Well, you come home in third, two-peat for third on the podium. Is there anything else you'd like to say, or anyone else you'd like to thank?
Nah, it's same old, same old. Thank you guys for putting it on. Thanks, Toby Kendall, for letting me run the league, and everybody that gives me a hand. Alan Kunman, Dylan J. Body, right? All these guys that are putting in their time and effort to help put this show on the road every week. We hope you guys enjoy it on the broadcast. We hope everybody watching enjoys it as well. And just excited to have 2 consistent runs here tonight.
Well, I got to tell you, from a broadcasting perspective, I got to hope Motegi comes back. Wink, wink. But thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on coming home third again.
Awesome. Thank you.
27 of Adam Bazzi. He comes home in that third position. Let's get a word with the man in second, who a great recovery drive leads him back to second on the night. So, Dylan Poteet, after sliding back after leading a majority of race 1, you come home to finish second in race 2. So, honestly, I think that was one of the greatest battles I've seen, and you come home back all the way to lead the pack in second. Tell us how you did it.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but we practiced a little bit earlier, which helped, I think, quite a bit. These tires just get so slick out there, and you can't get back to the gas for nothing. And I only took a splash of fuel there on the pit stop, and I think that's what the two guys behind me did as well. I'm actually not sure about Adam. I think Matt did, but yeah, we were sliding, and it was a handful. I blew so many corners there toward the end. It's a wonder I kept second, but all in all, kept it on the track for the most part and didn't spin, so that's a win for me. And I think that's my best finish ever on a road course, so I was proud of myself just for actually doing good on a road course for a change. Just Austin was in his own zip code today, so congrats to him on the win. He drove a heck of a race and deserved it for sure. And it was a fun battle there with Matt and Adam there. And I guess it makes up for that first race, like you said. Just I guess maybe pit strategy may have helped me in this race, and it kind of killed me in the other one. So I guess it just see both sides of the coin tonight.
Well, honestly, that was one of the best road course races. One of the best road course races I've ever seen. Combined in experience with just the nature of this racetrack led to a lot of incidents out on the racetrack. But these guys moving around certainly was something to watch. As what do you think about maybe this double header format, or more or less Motegi coming back either the road course or the oval?
We were actually talking about that during the race in my channel. It seemed like it was a unique idea. I mean, I think it'd be a good idea maybe to bring back next season for sure. Maybe become a regular thing. Maybe see if we can find a rotation of tracks, maybe that have a couple of different formations and stuff of racing. I think Charlotte got brought up as maybe a suggestion, but there's some others out there as well. So maybe we can try that again, or even come back here. I mean, I think this was good. It turned out a lot better than I thought. It was fun, and yeah, I mean, I'm open for more of these in the future, like for the truck series. I mean, maybe even some for Premiere in the future as well. But I think it would be a good idea for sure.
Well, once again, congratulations on coming home second, and honestly, a good recovery drive from the first race. Anything else you'd like to say, or anyone else you'd like to thank?
I just want to thank everybody at Team Trap House. We were troopers today. All four of us are here today, and thanks to Dylan Body to get all of our trucks together for this race. We had some Japanese text on there. This technically was a Great Clip sponsor, but it had Japanese text on it. So thanks to him, and thanks for everybody showing up, and everybody at Highline putting this together as they always do every week. And thank you guys for putting on the broadcast tonight, and appreciate all you guys, the hard work, and looking forward to the next one. Just trying to see if we can get that win. Been knocking on the door the last couple of weeks. Hopefully I can get a full race together and get this 31 truck in victory lane soon.
Well, once again, congratulations on coming home in second, and hope all goes well in the coming weeks.
Thanks, appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you guys next time.
Well, the 31 of Dylan Poteet knocking on the door for a win. Let's take a look at the man who was knocking nowhere in a completely different postal code. Was Austin Bloom. You come home with the inaugural win here at Motegi, the road course. What were some of your thoughts going into this race, and now coming out of it having a 13-second gap?
Definitely had this one circled on my calendar whenever they announced it. I just love road courses. Only did 5 or 6 laps of practice just to get the braking spots down. But when we got into the session, for whatever reason, the track conditions, it just felt really good. And I started setting some lap times down, confidence built, and brought that into the race. And yeah, 13 seconds. You don't ever expect that, especially in a league this tight. But yeah, when it's your night, it's your night.
Well, congratulations on coming home with the win. Now, getting some feeling on Motegi, both the oval and gets to get on the oval and the road course. I thought tonight, from a broadcast perspective, was incredible. We saw some great battling on the oval. I saw a flip. I wasn't expecting that, and we saw a great finish here on the road course, and honestly, a great road course race. What are your thoughts on if this comes back next season?
I definitely think it should. The oval race was phenomenal. I mean, that was really fun. The track's tricky, slick. You can hold it next to wide open in turn 1 and 2. Takes skill. A lot of fun. The road course, I mean, it's got some character. It's got some bumpiness to it. Chews up tires. You really got to be patient with the throttle, and that makes it slippy and slidey, and that's just a lot of fun to drive. So I definitely hope they bring this back next season.
Well, once again, congratulations on coming home with the win here from Motegi. International win on the books. And is there anyone else you'd like to say? Anything else you'd like to say, or anyone else you'd like to thank?
First off, I'd like to thank my girlfriend Alex. She's watching. Just want to say thanks to her for always supporting me and watching this. I want to thank my teammates, the two Scotts and Caleb. They gave me a lot of tips on, especially the ovals and everything, getting me back up to speed after taking a break, and stuck with me and everything like that. And happy to reward the team with a win.
Well, you come home in victory lane. Congratulations. International win on the books. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Well, I told you were going to get an interview. Matthew Rodriguez, insane battle to the line. Tell us how you did it.
Well, I messed up. That's first and foremost. I decided not to take tires on that first pit stop, and I figured, hey, they're at 92%. I think we got this to the end of the race, and I realized about 3 laps in, this was a terrible decision. Had fun with Poteet. That was a blast, and unfortunately, in having fun with Poteet, we let Adam catch us, and Adam was hauling. that last lap, he would have had me. I was telling Adam and Dylan, I knew the exact moment I lost third, which is when we got to that final right-hander, and I was making that giant dive on Poteet, and he pulled down in front of me. And I knew right then and there, I've just lost third. Adam is going to run through me.
Well, I wasn't expecting the grit in the battle all the way out of the final corner, all the way down to the line, which might be one of the best finishes in for the final podium spot, one of the best finishes in Highline history. You two beating and banging, and you almost took out Barney the Flagman if one of you went over the wall.
Yeah, and the most interesting thing is myself and Adam, we were in the same voice channel. So the entire time we were battling, like, hey, I think Poteet's going to mess up here. I think we got a chance. And then, hey, Poteet doesn't mess up. Uh-oh. I just keep seeing Adam get bigger and bigger in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. He says that you think you had trouble getting a shift. Now, he's not really in here, so let's get a good view on what really happened here.
That's it. I didn't miss a shift. What happened was I was kind of recovering after I failed the dive, and I was trying to okay, I know Adam's going to take advantage of this. I need to try and work my advantage. I was worried about spinning the tires throughout the S's there. So I came out and I ended up driving it just a little bit too deep, and I got the left rear right on the grass. And that was just enough. When I got back on it, it just had no grip. So once that happened and it shot me back into the track, I realized, okay, I'm in a bad situation. I gunned it, just trying to get anything to grip. I think the real thing that kind of killed me there was I was in third, and I forgot to shift the fourth. So I hit the rev limiter, and I bounced off the rev limiter until I realized and popped up. And at that point, it was just too late. Grip finally came back, but it ended up shooting me into Adam, and at that point, the rest is the rest sent me.
Well, yeah, I mean, the rest may be history, but that might be one of the best finishes in Highline Racing history, in my opinion. I mean, you two beating and banging off the final corner all the way down the front stretch to the line, to it be, I believe, a gap of just 7 thousandths of a second. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Well, since everyone's asking, what were your thoughts on both Motegi, the oval, and the road course?
Well, I actually did not race the oval. My team was a little bit too underfunded, and we didn't make it in time. Fortunately enough, our visa's cleared for the road course, so we got the car out. I heard that the oval actually was extremely fun.
Well, from what I heard, a lot of people want to see it return. Well, you come home in 4th, and congratulations on one of the best finishes in Highline history. You know, nothing to just carry on your shoulder there, but thank you so much for your time, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
And that was the voice of Matthew Rodriguez in the 51 machine. Well, it's been an exciting one here from Highline, and another one to take to the history books as they come back to the ending here from Motegi. Well, it's been an exciting one to say the least. These guys have put on an absolute show for us here in Motegi, here in Japan. It's been a great one. Well, I have been your host, Alexander Balderas, both caster and commentator. And it's been a great one here, folks. And if you are interested in any way, shape, or form, please make sure to tune in and look for the Fireball Talks NASCAR Discord with the QR code on screen for all Fireball Talks NASCAR related content. Make sure to scan the QR code and join our official Discord for race information and access to interviews and all in-house productions. And it's been a great one here, folks. And if you are interested, be sure to join the iRacing and NASCAR community. Make sure to scan that and get some in on the action. Well, it's been great here from Motegi, and it's been a good one here tonight. Thank you so much for all of this racing action, and we're going to end it off here. Be sure to tune in Thursday coming up for Iora, Road to Pro, and the Premier Series. I've been Alexander Balderas, your host, commentator, and producer here from FTN. It's been a great one, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much, and good night, everybody.